You're such an asshole.
Banging out the videos, assholeconsulting.com. We're not even halfway done. Got a bunch of email consulting to do. Which means, in addition to writing the book, it's going to be another late night at Perkins. If you want to know where all great authors go to do their best writing, it's Perkins. Because they're the only place that's really open, even in major metros. You'd think, like, city of 3 million people out here in the Twin Cities, there'd be places. Nope, it's just Perkins and holiday gas stations. Hey, Captain, I've been following your YouTube channel since last summer when I worked for the Trump campaign and my partner told me about you. Awesome. You've given me some valuable insights from what you have learned, so I decided I would ask for your advice and support the cause. I have plenty of family and friends I bounce ideas off, but I feel like they hold back, aren't totally honest, which leave me without. Yeah, you never ask family and friends. They fucking like you, dude. And I hate you, so I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know you. I'm currently in my late 20s and single, no kids, 1 dog, 2 vehicles, small house. I've lived in the Midwest my whole life. I've dreamt of moving somewhere more exciting, warmer, and with more single women, but have held back because of my job. I have an associate's in networking. I've been working in IT for 10 years doing hardware and software support. I got my CCNA and CCNP networking certification a few years back. Then I didn't not end up doing much with them. I also have an A+ certification. I get paid well for my in the company. That's how I wrote it. And do have job security, and the thing that really keeps me at my job is the extraordinary retirement plan they offer. I currently have around $200,000 in retirement and will continue to grow at a good rate. Awesome. Dude, you're almost set for retirement. Like, if that just grows at normal rates, like, there's no major crash and the Federal Reserve keeps printing off money, you're going to be set. The only debt I have on my house, which is $100,000, with 22 years left to go, I have $30,000 in equity. All right, Mr. Moneybags, Mr. I have $200,000. Fucking start paying off your house, right? You got enough for you. You have beaten the shit out of retirement. You've aced that class. Now pay off your fucking house. So you don't have 22 years left to go. You got 3 or 4 if 10 years if I estimate your salary correctly. Despite the job security and comfortable enough living situation, I feel like I have plateaued and I am becoming content and bored. I have questioned whether IT is really my passion in the last few years, maybe due to changing interests. I also feel like I'm missing out on some things like long-term relationships and making more money. I do want to have a wife and kids eventually. All right, well, now you got to go pound sand and hit the pavement. Not getting any younger to start that. And I've always been entrepreneurial-minded, doing things on the side and making decent income from them. Oh, that's what you should do. Look, don't give up your IT stuff. Don't you are doing so well compared to your peers. Don't give that shit up. You have to fight novelty. Everyone has to fight novelty, or the lack thereof, or the desire to find always something new and da-da-da-da-da. You can fuck up a really good situation and get back to the poorhouse because you were bored and decided to chase novelty. All right? Be thankful with what you have, unless you get another job offer that's very highly paid somewhere else, which we'll discuss later. But right now, just because you're bored, that is not a reason to give up your job. All jobs, over time, everything will get boring. The same flavor of ice cream. You could have the tallest, most blue-eyedest, long-leggedest, long blonde hairest girl ever, and you'll be like, and then she'll put on a different lingerie outfit, and you're like, okay, because you need the novelty, all right? But don't. It's a losing man's proposition to try to find something else. It just does not work, right? Because you'll get bored of whatever else. Oh, I have cinnamon in my ice cream. Now I got chocolate. You'll get bored of the chocolate ice cream, all right? So do not think the grass is greener on the other side. Do not give up this position that you have now. What will intellectually stimulate your mind is that entrepreneurial stuff. So that is what I'd be focusing on there. I'm a minimalist, however, I'm very self-sufficient in most things and realize money and more material goods alone won't make me happy. I just want to build up a war chest to use FU money, as you call it, and live nice. I'm also a prepper of sorts and have lots of emergency supplies, food, guns, ammo, and some silver. As far as dating goes, I just watched your video from June 2015 titled Why Women Love Losers and feel like I'm in a similar situation. Reliable, conservative, want to settle down, good job. But most girls in their 20s want fun and edgy guys. Yep. I've had decent luck with women, but none that have really done it for me. I actually just dated a recently divorced mother of 3. Look at you. I know. But it's like Captain Save-A-Ho. For a few months, but decided it wasn't for me. Good. She definitely appreciated what I had to offer, though, and she was a great woman. that would have been perfect if not for the kid's ex-husband thing. Yeah. I'm just looking for an attractive, smart, hardworking woman. Oh, is that all? Oh, well, just go down to the store and get one. Doesn't have to be a high-paying job because when I have kids, I would like her to stay at home with them if we can pull it off financially. As far as choosing a place to live, I've often thought I would like to live in Tennessee or Texas. I'm a libertarian, so places that have less government and fewer laws and regulations. The place I live now is cheap and boring and cold in the winters, which I wouldn't totally miss if I moved elsewhere. And the only other reason to stay where I am would be my family is within easy driving distance if I want to see them. I'm not really a city person and would love to live on acreage somewhat close to a city. Do you have any advice for me as far as my best options for career, relationship, finances, location, or just plain overall strategy? Also, plan for retirement. Dude, you're done. Keep. What do you mean plan for retirement? You're doing just fine. Keep doing what you're doing. You have 200,000 before 30. Shit, dude, you have more than most baby boomers. I'm writing another book, an essay, really, about a new form of retirement. And I'm now intricately familiar with the numbers. You have more money than I think, if I do the numbers right, I think 2/3 of the baby boomers. All right? So you're doing just fine. I believe I am more intelligent than the average person, IQ of 125. I have lots of potential energy, but just don't know which direction to go. Even though my current employer would pay for IT-related college classes, the thought of going back to school doesn't excite me, so I think it's way overpriced and over... Dude, then your boss pays for that. No. You don't pay, you don't pay. Don't worry about what the price is. And as I mentioned, I would prefer to do something on my own. I hope this isn't too long, and if I left anything out, just let me know. I'm an open book. Can you tell me how much it would cost, or just email? Well, all you want me to tell you is your best options for career, your relationship, finances, and location, and your overall plan and strategy. That's nothing much to ask. Holy fuck. All right, then I had a couple questions. All right, yeah, I do look back and wish I had taken a year. I asked him some more questions. A year or two after high school to discover what I really wanted to do and where I belong. Now I feel like I'm stuck in a city that I don't think is all that. And he mentions the town, and I know this town, and yeah, it's not that exciting town. His house is a pretty small house, that's why it's so cheap, but it suffices for him. I don't think I would be able to transition to work remotely in my current position. Once in a while it's okay, but I do need to be in the office. I attach a few pics. I have to admit I could best dress better in public. Usually only do want to go on a date. I have a hard time convincing myself to spend lots of money on clothes. Yeah, there's no real reason. I know it's important for a few. But okay. Let's go through your list here. Your career. Your career is good enough. If you want to do something different, like I said before, don't chase novelty. Focus on your entrepreneurship. If you can make more money, though, and your boss, your employer, will pay for you to go to school to do it, do that. Do that. Especially until you come up with a plan B. All right? So I know you're bored with the town you're living in. I know this is just... But that's life, dude. And right, you don't live to work, you work to live. So go to work, unplug, stop having this existential crisis. Oh my God, am I really doing what I wanted? No, you're making money. That's what a job is for. And then in your free time is what you do for fun. Now down the road, maybe your entrepreneurial ideas will kick a lot of ass, and you won't be some pain in the ass vice president of a bank. You'll be an asshole. You'll be a professional asshole, whatever your entrepreneurial idea manifests itself in. But I see nothing wrong with going back to school. You'll talk to more people. You'll see more girls. It just gets you out of the house. It's something different. It's not going to hurt. You'll make more money. And it might allow you to all of a sudden buy a house down in Texas or Tennessee. There's that. And otherwise, if it really starts to bother you, and if you're confident in your abilities, especially if you get more certifications and the company pays for it, then you could start applying for other jobs in Tennessee, in Texas, and stuff like that. Before you do that, though, and we talked about reconnaissance, man, go down there and scope these towns out. It's very important you do that, because you may find out, oh, you think Texas is great and it's wonderful, and all of a sudden you are deathly allergic to tarantula bites. And oh crap, guess what's down in Texas? Go do reconnaissance, check that stuff out. I would just milk your career where you are for now. Pay down your house so you can rent it out, build up another cash reserve, then think about, because then, man, you got that house paid off. You can live in it forever, or you can rent it out, and that basically allows you to have free living expenses for the rest of your life. So one in the hand is better than two in the bush. Make sure you get everything you can out of this current job before you go somewhere else. Relationship. If your goal is to get married, you're going to have to go to conservative, traditional places to find traditional, conservative girls. You're a decent-looking enough kid. I saw the picture with you and Penn Teller, and I know he's super tall. You're tall enough. You're in very good shape. So, go out, ballroom dance, take some classes, go to the other major town in the state that you're in. Expand, on weekends. This is something that I did many years ago because I was so sick of the Twin Cities. I would actually drive to Fargo. And I had some marginal success there, but if you took the time it takes to drive to Fargo, which is 3 hours one way and 3 hours back, for that 6 hours, I actually got more dates than I would hanging around in the Twin Cities because I kind of dated through the entire population. Not of that, but in the circles I was running around with. So it might be worth a road trip to try a different town. Do your online dating thing. Try eHarmony. Do the OkCupid. Do the Fish. It's a pain in the ass. There's just no good solution. But you're going to have to make it a part-time job to go and find yourself. If you want to get married, you got to go and look for marriageable chicks. So go to church, go to do whatever it is. But just be prepared, dude. Just be prepared that the selection sucks. It's poor. And you're not on that side of 30 yet where all of a sudden, bam, everyone has a kid. It's single mom central. Right? You're still in that age where, not every woman has a kid. But as you're finding out, the 20-somethings are a real pain in the ass to deal with. Tough. Sucks to be you. But I can't give you some poppycock flowers and unicorns bullshit saying, oh, you just have to do this. No, it's hard and it's statistically unlikely. So you have to work at it. You have to hit the pavement. You got to go online. You got to go to, if you are religious, go to church. Go take some dance classes at the local dance hall. Anything. Don't go to the local bar. Try different towns. You have got to go and try different shit. You have got to put yourself in different environments. And you have to be short and succinct with girls. You say, you know what, I'm looking to get married, and I expect a woman because, not on the first date. But sense it out like, yeah, my goal is to get married, and, inevitably when the appropriate time for a conversation comes along to mention it, say, no, I'm kind of going to insist that my wife stay home and raise the kids. That's going to start whittling out and filtering out women real quick. And the ones that stay, okay, you're talking definitely within the ballpark, and they might be more prone to go out with you or be future mom-wife material. Finances. Your finances are fine. There's nothing you need to do. I would maybe go get some more certifications through the college, paid for on your employer's dime, and have no guilt about it. I would pay off your house. That's about the only thing I could think of. But that's about the only thing, really. If you got $100,000 left on your mortgage, that's really nothing. You should be able to bang that out in 4 years. Your location, that's what Reconnaissance Man is for and what you're going to do reconnaissance for. So you'll have some vacation time, and you aren't in an extremity of the country where it's going to be a royal pain in the ass. In other words, you can fly to pretty much anywhere in the United States and hit these places relatively quick. You're about 3-4 hours from anywhere. So your reconnaissance is going to be a little bit different. You have the money. I would spend it on this. I would fly to Dallas. Check it out for a weekend. I would fly to Denver. I would fly to Phoenix. I would check this shit out. I'd get you out of this cold shithole Midwest state that you're in. So that might be better because you don't have the 2 months to leave the work and just hang out. But you should be able to figure it out. Wait for some cheap flights to come along or town you're interested in. Check out Florida. Check out Houston. Whatever it is. That is what I would do for location. And that, just like trying to find a wife, it's going to take a while for you to find out where you want to live. So don't expect this to be today or tomorrow. Just overall plan or strategy. Also plan for retirement. You already got that? I believe that. Yeah, so you're doing well, but I think because you're in this small little town, and you probably don't have a lot of peers like you, you don't realize how well you're doing compared to the average 29-year-old. The average 29-year-old is a fucking incompetent loser right now, all right? You have a house that you're a few years away from paying off. You have a retirement that's more or less set. And now you're just getting your standard 7-year itch. Yeah, I'm sick of this. I've been here forever. Yeah, it's life. That is life. So before you start throwing away a good thing, make sure that you are getting everything you can out of your employer, pay off your house, get additional training, build up a reserve, and then maybe say, so then by the time you're 32, 33, then you start maybe, okay, now I'm going to apply for this job over here and rent out my house back at home. So no, otherwise, yeah, no, it sucks. It just sucks. Life sucks. It's not as exciting as it was billed when you were younger. It just isn't. And you're doing pretty well, so appreciate your position. That is what I would do, is meditate, contemplate, and do some introspection and really appreciate how good you got it. Because, talk to any one of your friends, go, oh, and by the way, don't mention to girls you got a house that's paid off, or how much you make, or that you have $200,000 in retirement. Do not mention that. Do not mention that. You rent, or you have a mortgage, and you're slowly but steadily paying it off, and I just don't have the money for retirement. Don't mention that $200,000 figure to them. So that's all we got. We'll see you kids later. Toodles.